I just yesterday finally finished the book, Stay in Your Own Lane. Now, here's the thing though, if you consider I don't pay rent, do I? I don't want to pay rent. No, I really like my space. I love a simple life. The simpler, the better. I should get a carrier, like a Thule carrier. No. Why I don't get a small trailer and pull it behind me so that I can get rid of my storage and I can just have everything with me. I made your coffee, okay? There you go. Yeah. Cheers. I just made it. Yum. My second cup. It's still early in the morning. It's about 8 o'clock. Now, what I was supposed to do today, I made this coffee so that I could wait for my starter to be installed, my new one. Well, I just got the call, and he said that it hasn't arrived yet, but it will probably arrive this afternoon. So I've got all morning. I thought, what the heck? I'm going to film. I haven't filmed since I was out camping. But today, I'm back. Well, I've been back a few days. But I thought I'd get with you, and we could just have a little chit-chat, okay? How are you going to chit-chat with me? By making comments, okay? You can make as many as you want, and I read every one of them. And then, of course, I'm going to talk to you, right? Hey, I have a couple letters I want to read, and they're really good ones, and they have to do with van life. Yes, van life. I'm Minivan Lee Thomas, and I live in my minivan, and I have for 8 years. 8.5, actually. And I really enjoy it. I mean, obviously, it's been 8.5 years, and I really enjoy it. I love my cozy little cubby in here. And it's just the right size for me. People say, well, isn't it too small? I think that people just become adapted to certain size. My feeling is that if you have a big house and you have a lot of cupboard space, no matter what, you're going to fill up those cupboards and those closets, okay? And the garage area. You're going to fill them up. Well, I don't have anything to fill up. So my life is very, very minimal, okay? Okay, let's get into a couple letters. Two letters, and they have to do the same thing. One of you asked why I don't get a small trailer and pull it behind me so that I can get rid of my storage and I can just have everything with me. No, I do not want that. For one, they're not stealthy, okay? And number two, they're hard to park. I mean, I like city life. I don't want to be taking up 2 parking spaces. And when I park at night in neighborhoods, I don't want people looking at me like, oh, she's a traveler or she's a nomad. No. That is just not my cup of tea. And I don't want to worry about it back there, okay? I like to have minimal dealings with my van life. And then somebody else mentioned that because I have the racks on my roof, that I should get a carrier, like a Thule carrier. No, I've got solar up there. I want my solar, to me, having my energy constantly when I'm driving, and the sun's on it. I want to be filling up my power banks, my Jackeries, yeah. These are my Jackeries. They're power banks, power stations. They store energy, and I power them up through, well, either a plug, if I can find a plug to plug them into, or my solar. I have solar on my roof. So, yeah. No, I don't want anything on the top. I don't want anything on the back because I love stealth parking. I can park anywhere. And I mean, people might suspect, oh, well, her windows are covered up. She's probably in there. But stealth doesn't always mean like, oh, you show no signs at all. But they just don't know. They're not sure, okay? So I like to be able to park anywhere I want to. So, life is so much easier that way. I love a simple life. The simpler, the better, okay? Now, as far as my storage goes, I have a storage unit in, excuse me, coffee. As far as my storage, it's in Tucson. Before I left Tucson, I was going to clean it all out. I was going to give everything away and just clean it out because obviously I was rarely in my storage all winter long. And I'm paying money for it. Well, it got so hot so quick, so I kind of scurried out of Tucson. And then after I left, a couple weeks later, it did cool down again. And it snowed up here, up northern Arizona. So, oy vey shmia. But, so I'm still paying for it. It's a waste of money. I might as well just walk around and throw money on the ground as I walk around, right? But I will get it cleaned out. I will get things taken care of. And anything that's already in my van, that's it. I've decided that's it. This is all I want. I don't need a bunch of winter clothes. I've got a bag back here. I don't need a bunch of summer clothes. I wear black. Everything matches. And over here are my drawers. This is where all my clothes are. I just don't need more. If I do need more, maybe I could buy a couple things or something, but they have to be small. Now, when I was up near the Grand Canyon, what I usually do is buy a new hoodie. I did see one that was a zip up. That would have been easier for my hair, taking it off when it got warmed up in the afternoon. It'd be easier to take it off. But you know what? I said, I already have one. I don't need a bunch of them. And you are so used to seeing me just in black. Who cares? Nobody cares anymore. I think you are more interested in what I have to say. I'll change my hair, change my makeup, whatever, maybe some jewelry. But as far as clothes, that becomes bulky and I just don't need it. Okay? So what I have is what I have. I have 3 bins over here. 1, 2, and then 3 down here. What's here is here. Yeah. So it's kind of a waste of money having that storage. It's just sitting there. And as soon as I get back, as soon as I get to Tucson, it's gone. I'm getting rid of everything. Yeah. I already have earmarked who I'm going to give things to. So, there's some nice things in there. But if I'm not going to use them, I'm not going to keep paying. Now, here's the thing, though. If you consider, I don't pay rent, do I? No, I don't. That extra money isn't like the most horrible thing, but I could use that extra money. But what if I was paying rent? Oh my gosh, what would that be? Like $1,500 a month? I don't want to pay rent. No, I really like my space. Okay. So that's why I don't care. I don't pull a trailer. That's why I don't have a carrier on my roof. I just don't need it. I don't want it. Where did my phone go? I have another letter I want to talk about. Oh, here we go. And this is a good one. This was just recently. Fluting around. Okay. Okay, he or she says, how do us older nomads find other creatives to form communities with? I spend most of my time alone learning and creating. Yeah, that sounds like me. But it sure would be awesome to gather from time to time to provide safety in numbers and to encourage each other to stay active as we age. I'm completely sober and study nutrition. Cool. So I have a hard time finding community with other nomads. Well, I've got some advice for you, okay? Number 1, go on Facebook. Get a Facebook account if you don't already. And there are so many buku nomad channels, okay? Van life channels or groups, I should say. There are so many groups that you can become friends on there with people on Facebook. So reestablish yourself on Facebook if you aren't already, and just type in van life groups. and join some groups. Join a bunch of them. You're going to meet friends. And you just be patient and get used to it and take time to be posting often on there. And you'll start to gain friends. And then you can make friends with them, hit request a friendship, yes, on Facebook. Okay, a friend request, that's what they're called. So do that. I suggest you do that because you will make friends. And here's the thing. You say that you spend a lot of time alone and you create. That sounds like me. I spend so much time alone now. But I'm getting so much done. Oh my gosh, yeah. So that's what you can do. And then you'll have online friends. I have some online friends that I've met on Facebook, and I use Facebook Messenger. I have so many friends. If I feel lonely, I can sit there and I can have a good conversation. Somebody's out here. I'm watching my environment here. Yeah. Sometimes that's just enough. And over time, you will become friends with them, or you'll realize, no, this isn't the person for me. We got too much. It's not a good fit. And you'll know. But there'll be some that go, oh, this is fantastic. I have met 4. I've met 4 very, very, very close friends on Facebook Messenger, on Facebook. And we text each other often. A couple of them every single day. Okay, so there you go. Okay, number 2 is, it's a lot of activity beside me, sorry. I'm in a parking lot. Is going to Quartzsite in January. This is essential. If you haven't been there yet, you need to go and plan on it this winter. Get there, I don't know, I would get there around like maybe January 1st, right after Christmas, right after New Year's. Get there and find and kind of get to know the area. Once, I think it's around the middle of the month, everybody, it's going to get crowded, but everybody, they say in Quartzsite, about 250,000 people descend on this little town and on the BLM land around it. And then they all go into town to do laundry, grocery shopping, get gas, things like that, get water, everything like that. So that's a lot of people. And a lot of them are going to be RVers. And, you might feel like, well, I don't really fit into that group, but you never know. But you're going to meet a lot of smaller vans, like build-outs, or people like me that don't have a build-out. We're just in minivans. You actually have tents. People who just go there for they're in tents. You have people that are going to be pulling trailers. You have people that are going to have the carriers on your road. You're going to have, it's like the DMV. Everybody's going to be there. Every type of person is going to be there. Now, recently I did mention for last year, I got a lot of reports, I didn't go, is that there were a lot of younger people there that, I don't want to talk against younger people because I love them. But there were a lot more thefts going on. Not to say that they were, but I think a lot more homeless people of all moral status and demographic are becoming homeless. Yeah. Being homeless doesn't mean that you're a thief. But what's happening is that there's such a housing crisis that you're finding almost anybody. And when you have that many people, there will be a percentage of people who don't have the moral standing. And so there has been more theft going on, but just watch your stuff and still go. You got to go at least once, and you're going to meet people. Go to the RTR, that Howa puts on, Home on Wheels Association, which is affiliated with Bob Wells, Cheap RV Living. Go there, and you're going to meet people. Get their number, put their numbers in your contacts. And so you can remember who they are. This is what I used to do, is they would say there were, Carol. Okay, Carol. And then on I just put Carol, because a lot of people don't want to give their last names. And then on the last name, just put Carol, put RTR. That would indicate I met this person at the RTR, and she has a minivan, and yeah, and a description. That could be their last name, right? Or you could put that down for the address or whatever, but get their phone number so you can text them. And I would do it as soon as it's over, or as soon as you meet them and you get back to your thing, just text them and say, it was fun meeting you. Yes, text me anytime. And then you can get to know them and you get a feel of who they are. If they turn out to be jerks, just block them or get rid of it, right? But get names and numbers, and you're gonna find so many friends. I've met so many people. Yeah, Quartzsite. I mean, there's where you're gonna meet a lot of people. Okay, so that's my advice. Now, you told me, and I thought about this. You told me that you like to spend time alone, and that you were very creative. So you're not gonna want. I mean, you might want to travel with a group, but that's not always the best thing, okay? I mean, I'm not going to name names, okay? But I got friends who do that. And right now, there's just, this year, it's just constant drama in the group. Yeah, it's constant drama. People bicker back and forth. And sometimes you got groups, I've seen it all and I've heard it all. You've got groups that they, like you found your tribe and you're going to travel with your tribe, okay? Well, different seasons create different problems. One season, they're just like they all kind of bullied one particular person because of one thing that was said. Who wants to live like that? I'm not in high school. I don't enjoy stuff like that. No, I don't enjoy the drama. So there was drama. Now it's a different group, and they're bickering back and forth. It's divided. Who wants it? I love my solo time. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so much done. So you have to be careful of that. You have to really vet. At this point, I am all of my people who are in my inner circle and my next outer circle, they're all vetted, and I have to do that. And I think most people do. We have to vet them and see if they're worthy to be in your circle, because you don't always know right off the bat. You have to test their friendships out, and they have to test your friendship out also. So it's a two-way street. You have to test each other out. One of my friends online, never met her, but I'll tell you, we've been friends for 6 years. She is so vetted. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we've been an online friend for 6 years. It's sort of like having a pen pal. Yeah, I really enjoy her. And, first thing in the morning, we chat first thing in the morning. So you will find them, but you have to understand, because of what you said, that, you still want to spend time alone. And you would think, well, come on, I can park with everybody, but I can still spend time alone. Of course, you're going to want to do that. You don't want to be with them shoulder to shoulder 24/7. That would be it. But just know that there still can be drama going on between when you have a group of people. Because not everybody, we're human. Not everybody's going to get along perfectly, right? Unless you've known them for a long time. So just be aware that you're going to meet people, and a lot of them, if not most of them, will fall away, and you'll be adding on new people as you learn who they are, okay? Now, mentioning about being solo and creative, when I was out camping, it was raining so much. So I just yesterday finally finished the book, Stay in Your Own Lane. This subject has been coming up so much over the past 2 months that people that don't want to stay in their own lane, they kind of veer into your lane. I had that happen even coming right up to Flagstaff. I think it was an omen of what was going to be happening while I was here. People online wanting to veer into my lane and creating drama with me. Yeah. So stay in your own lane. It's a field guide on how to deal with the Karens. Okay, because they're out there. And it isn't just a female issue. It's a male and female issue. There are a lot of male Karens out there. So I really do recommend it. Stay in your own lane. It's ebook. It's now for like 90 days. It's going to be on Kindle Unlimited. If you have that, you have to become a member of it. So where you can read any book, as long as you can read any book that is listed in the Unlimited. Sorry about that. And it's on paperback. I recommend that. And it's on audiobook. Okay? Yeah. So it's there. It has so much in there. It talks about setting your own boundaries, those lines in your lane when we're driving, and why it's bad for the person who gets in your lane, why their life goes downhill, and the effects that it has on them by getting in other people's lanes, because it's not always good for them. Their life kind of falls apart a little bit when you keep veering into other people's lanes. If you are a lane hopper, how to stop being a hopper and how you can get away from that behavior. And statistics, it's a complete book about staying in your own lane. So I really recommend it, okay? So I wanted to make you aware of that. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. This is just, I'm not totally organized on this video because I wasn't going to do it, but I hopped right into it. How did I do, okay? I love you guys. Mwah. Until tomorrow, everybody. Stay in your lane, okay? I love you.